I found the rarest Hero Factory piece in a bulk lot of Lego. And I found a ton of other insane goodies in there as well. Join me. Let's see all the treasures that I was able to uncover in this mystery box of pieces. I'll also give you the history of that very rare Hero Factory piece. I'll share a few ideas for how you can use some of these sweet pieces to build your own mocks. And we'll just have a good time looking at cool Lego. Let's go treasure hunting. So I found this bulk lot on Facebook Marketplace. It was reasonably priced, and taking a closer look at the image provided, there were certainly some interesting things in store. Sets I didn't have from themes that I'm trying to fully collect. Seemed like a pretty sweet deal. I don't know what else was in the box, but I'm happy to take a chance on this. So right on the top, we had these 3 Knights Kingdom sets, and they're great. For the most part, they're all totally complete as well. I really liked a lot of those early construction themes that weren't Bionicle. The parts and pieces, the way they designed these characters, it was quite exceptional. The only thing missing on these sets was Vladik. He is meant to come with this little catapult. That wasn't there. But I'll try and piece that together and then I'll have a complete set. God, he looks so cool. Evo's Walker from Invasion from Below was also in here, and it was mostly complete, mostly. It was missing some of the little jumper bugs, but I should have some spare, so I reckon I can just, fully part this out myself. Exciting. But let's dig in. There's tons of extra goodies in here just waiting to be discovered. One rather interesting find off the bat, all of these different Chima Speedors pieces. If you're not familiar with it, Speedors was a sub-theme of Chima. You had your little Chima characters riding around on these little racer things. They'd perform stunts, they'd race each other, they'd crash into one another. It was fun. But look at these pieces. Beautifully printed, the shapes on them, very nice. You could totally use these on a Bionicle mock. In fact, my friend Greg did exactly that. He built a mech suit for the Star Wars character Bosk. And this olive green crocodile head is a perfect match. Doesn't that look amazing? With the sheer amount of these Speedor pieces that exist, just think of all the creative possibilities. They're good pieces. But they weren't the only faceplates and masks and helmets. Turns out there was an insane amount of masks in this haul. Like, a lot of them. There's a few duplicates, a few that belong to some of the sets that we're going to take a look at in a hot second. There's all kinds of good stuff. Every single Black Phantom mask in every recolor that it appears in. That's fun. Even a few heads and helmets from other themes, like this Ben 10 headpiece. It's the one from Big Chill. I do like Lego Ben 10. I just like Ben 10 in general. I found Firelord's mask, but it's got a bit of gunk on it. I'm gonna have to clean that off. Actually, looking at it, kind of looks like war paint or blood that's sprayed up onto his mask after he's just killed someone. It actually looks kind of cool. Maybe I could keep it. Or maybe I clean it because I don't know what substance that is, and maybe I'll just paint something on there that looks similar. I also got these golden dragon heads from Ninjago. Not Bionicle, not Hero Factory, but still pretty cool. They would look great on a construction character. It's also nice to see this lineup of pretty much every single Therno mask. I've actually been thinking about this one a lot recently, and that's because I saw this beautiful mock by Beef Spudgun. So they took this mask, they flipped it around, and turns out there's a little face on the back. See, you can see the tiny little eyes right here, and the open gap below it looks like a big open mouth. How clever is that? If you got this mask, do the same thing. Yeah, man, so exciting to see such a wealth of masks and helmets. Like I mentioned before, some of these masks belong to various sets that were mostly together. Mostly. I was able to part together breakout necks, missing a few pieces, but stuff I probably have. And then there's my boy, Rawjaw. I always liked Rawjaw. I especially love his mask. A saber-toothed tiger mask? Heck yeah. Ogrim and Bruiser from Brain Attack, they're missing a lot of pieces, but hey, I'm probably just going to take them apart and use those pieces for mocks, so that's fine. Jawbeast, Stormer XL, they're both here. Again, mostly complete, missing a few pieces. Queen Beast, though, has unfortunately seen better days. Here's how she's supposed to look. that's not what happened here. I guess maybe the heroes defeated her in combat and, well, this is all that's left. But the real highlight here, well, it's not that super secret piece, don't worry. I'll get to it in a hot second. No, it's a few other interesting elements, like sections of the whale from Avatar. I never really wanted this set, it just didn't appeal to me. But I was fascinated by these pre-molded, very specialized pieces that made up the face. That's one of the beautiful things about buying bulk lots like this. You come across pieces you never planned on owning, but now you got them. It was just really cool to study these. I really wanted to look at them, and I'm glad I had that opportunity. There's a few other elements that I picked out that were quite exciting, like some nice blades and weapons, always good, as well as some feathers and fur elements. Now, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of them, pretty much just one each, but I'm not too bothered by that. You know, when I look at a mock like this beautiful bird by Patrick Biggs, you can see that those fur pieces and the feathers, well, there's a whole lot of them. They're in different colors, sure, but I'm probably going to build a mock in a different color to this anyway. If I want to make something like this, I'm going to need a ton of these pieces. So adding in 1 or 2 extras, that's a start. Especially because these pieces do add up the more you buy, and they're not that cheap. If it takes me years to collect a whole bunch of them, I'm okay with that. I'll take the slow, cheaper grind. I'll get a bunch in like 5 years' time. Oh yeah, and you already know that I love Knight's Kingdom. So just getting one of these armor pieces, well, hey, it's a good reminder that these pieces look exceptional on any Bionicle mock. Just take a look at what Arctic Pine has done. This right here is proof that they look so good with other Bionicle pieces. Very nice. But okay, alright, I know you're waiting for it. What is that exceptionally rare, super cool, expensive piece that I happened to find? Well, it's really special. The bulk lot came with a few instructions. Oddly enough, it's a bunch of stuff that wasn't in here at all. Like, 0 pieces were in here for any of these sets. There are a few exclusions like Bruiser, but that was kind of it, for the most part. But then, I found this at the bottom of the pile. The instruction manual for one of the old Hero Recon Team sets. And it had that Hero Recon torso on the figure. That's the ultra rare, very exclusive torso piece. Oh my. So, does that mean that this is in here? Well baby, I gotta keep looking. I kept searching, I looked everywhere, I pieced some things together, and then, you'll never believe it, I found it. I found the rarest LEGO Hero Factory piece ever. If you're not aware of it, this piece sells for like $600 US. I've even seen it sell for closer to $1,000 in the past. It's very rare, it's very hard to find, and it's not often that these things pop up in the aftermarket. They are hard to come by. Now, why is that? Well, back in 2011, the LEGO Group released something called the Hero Recon Team. The idea was that you go onto lego.com and there'd be this little thing where you could digitally design your own hero. And then you could pay, you could order those pieces, and a set would be sent to you. It would come with custom instructions so that you could build that hero, you could bring him to life. That's pretty cool. All the pieces that you could use to build these heroes, they were very standard elements. Stuff you could get in sets. Except for one piece. This piece. The only way you could get this in that beautiful marbled silver and black was through this service. And as you can imagine, yeah, people did order these, but not a lot of people did. So there's just not a lot of them around. Especially because you could totally order one of these heroes and not include that torso. Something else that's cool about this torso is it's often used on the kind of mascot for the Hero Recon Team. His name? Merrick Fortis. It's a name that I honestly don't really like, but the dude is super cool. I mean, look at him, he's awesome. He appears in comics, a few other different visual media, that kind of stuff. He's a cool looking hero, and technically you need this torso to build him. So it's nice, it ties into some sort of deep cut lore for Hero Factory. It's from a very limited release special service, and there's a very, very limited supply. So couple that limited supply with a limited amount of them existing, and then add a bit of very high demand for this piece. All of that makes it very expensive. And apparently the original box and instructions, well, they also sell for quite a lot. Currently on Bricklink right now, someone is asking closer to $1,000, sometimes more, for a set that includes the original figure, the original box, the instructions, everything you see here. Although, none of them include that special torso, so I don't know, maybe they're exaggerating these prices a little bit. I don't know if these are going to actually sell, but hey, this stuff is certainly rare. But the torso, it's the rarest Hero Factory piece. It's crazy cool. It is worth noting, by the way, this is 100% legit and real. You can see the LEGO logo right here on the back. And you know what? I really like this hero that some kid made years ago. He looks so cool. It's actually really fun to own a mock that someone else made, way back when. And mate, I adore the edgy, silly name that he's got. Ethan Ultimate Shadow. Some of you might cringe at that name, and I get it, but I love it. It's delightfully fun. Yeah, it's clearly made by someone who was a bit younger at the time, and you know that when they wrote this in, they were like, oh yeah, this is super cool. And they frickin' loved it. The joy that this must have given someone, well, it gives me that same amount of joy today. And I encourage you, go out, make your own version of Ethan Ultimate Shadow. Maybe he's this hero that went rogue. He used to be Ethan Strider, but after a mission that went wrong, he became disillusioned by Hero Factory. He's like, we're not heroes, we're villains, so I'm gonna become a villain. I am now Ethan Ultimate Shadow. I am the ultimate evil. I mean, come on. It's silly, but it's fun. And look at that, a custom creation from 2011. It's giving me ideas and fun story stuff all the way in 2026. How cool is that? So look, there was plenty of other cool stuff in this haul. Even a few knockoff pieces that actually look pretty cool, but they're not LEGO. Makes them a little less cool. But still, I mean, hey, for only paying $90 and getting this piece, I certainly got my money's worth. But even without that part, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm very happy with this. And let this be a reminder, head on over to Facebook Marketplace, type in Hero Factory, type in Bionicle, type in LEGO, see what sort of stuff comes up. You might find a cool deal. You might find some cool pieces. You might find some sets you've been hunting down for years. You might find very, very rare pieces. You never know. But of course, shop responsibly. Don't pay too much, don't get ripped off, make sure what you're buying is legit, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you today. This brought me a lot of joy, hopefully it brings you a bunch as well. And hey, maybe seeing some of these pieces, mocks and rare pieces, has given you some ideas for Hero Factory stuff that you can make yourself. Go and build some. It's Hero February. It's the time to build heroes. And if you're feeling cheeky, it's the time to build villains as well. And then when you post it, tag it with the hashtag HFFeb. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go wash some of those pieces, because some of them were immaculately clean, and others, not at all.